Hi everyone, it's Carol from Glass Art Diva. Today I want to talk about cutters. I was recently given this one. Someone was getting out of the stained glass business and I went to make a cut with it or a score, and it just ricocheted in every direction possible. And I looked at it and it turns out this was seized, totally seized. So I wanted to show you how to maintain your cutter so that it is at its optimal at all times. Now, one of the things that is a source of great debate is whether or not you should use oil. And I have a preference for using oil. Now, I can either put it in the pen. This is a glass cutter pen. This is a pistol grip, both made by Toyo. I have a Mitsubishi. Love this one because it's got this longer shank. This one I just picked up. It's a cheapie, does a great job. And then this one is another pistol grip, but it is made for heavy duty glass, thicker glass, as you can see by the size of the cutting head. Anyway, back to what I was talking about earlier was the maintenance of your equipment, or in this case, just your glass cutter. So it was seized, totally seized. Your glass cutter should be able to do this. It should be able to move and bounce as it's going across the glass. It gives you a better score. But if it is seized or it's dull and it needs to be replaced, take your screwdriver, undo the little screw at the top of the cutter head, remove it, and it's easily replaced. When replacing a new head or you've cleaned this one, always make sure that the little nut on the top here is resting on this groove in the arm of the glass cutter. And you can just give that a quick clean, put it back in, making sure again that it's got some movement. And then holding it up against the glass cutter itself, tighten the screw. Again, make sure that you're in that little groove. Tighten your screw and you're good to go. Now, there is great debate over whether or not you should use oil. I have a preference for oil, but if you don't, that's fine. With the pencil grip, Toyo, you can add the oil in here at the top. Only add a little bit at a time, otherwise it will leak. And you'll see that there's a little rubber gasket on the bolt. Make sure that's not worn and it's nice and snug when you tighten it up, like so. With the pistol grips, and this particular one, this one comes on done. And when you tighten it, then loosen it back about a quarter of a turn so the air can flow through it and pushing the oil down inside. There is just a wee bit of oil. You can see where I've just got it above the head of the glass cutter, this little bolt-like affair here. Don't put any more than that in it. It's just wasting it because it's going to leak everywhere. So just tighten it, back off a quarter of a turn. That allows airflow pushing the oil into the cutter head. A lot of cutters come with this little rubber gadget thing. It's just a protectant, and it's up to you what environment you're in. If you are really good about taking care of your tools and putting them away and stuff like that, I don't think it really matters if you put it on or not. If you're in a really busy environment and your tools end up everywhere, I suggest that you protect it. This one didn't come with a cutter, but again, same idea. Don't put any oil in it over above that little bolt-like affair there. Now this one is a little different in that this is the tapper, but this is where you fill up with your oil. And I just use a quarter, whatever, unscrew it, put a little bit of oil in it, and away I go. Now, if you don't like using oil in your cutters, just get yourself, this is a little candle holder, tea light holder. I put a little sponge in it, filled it up with oil, and then I just dab my tool in it every now and then. I think that's about it for maintenance, other than it's really important to maintain your tools. They are a piece of expensive equipment. You don't want to replace them all the time. So it is good to get into the habit of every day, at the end of the day, put your tools away, and when you do, make sure that they're properly maintained, that they're not brushing up, like cutter heads are not touching other pieces of equipment, that type of thing. Just common sense. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a great day. See you again soon. Bye now.